Disclaimer: all the character incidents are fictional. Everything is mentioned in this type of episode when compared with your own life. It's just based on imagination, not a reality. You walked inside in his room. As you stepped inside, he held your hand and pushed you on the wall. Your eyes widened, your heart skipped beat as he stares at you. Jungkook. He smiled and whispered, "I can't wait more." You blinked your eyes and just then you wrapped your arms around his neck. "Do you think I was happily living without you?" He smiled and shook his head, and then he grabbed your jaw with his fingers and pulled you closer. You were just a few inches away from his. "You have to be an actor." "Why?" "Yesterday night, the way you act in the front of me by hiding your feelings, how innocently you played. And then you have to be carefully living a life with a player would be risky for you." Flashback yesterday. You went to the kitchen, but he rushed to you. When you turned back at him, you looked up at him, you wrapped your arms around your chest. "What's your problem?" "I'm going to help her to run away from this marriage." "So does my dad will fix my marriage with you after that, huh?" He quickly raised his eyebrows and looked up at you in shock, and your jaw dropped or on whatever you just said. You blinked your eyes and looked around. I'm sorry." You bowed at him and quickly rushed to your room. You locked the door and then you walked to the bed. Your breath hitched. "How stupid I am, but what if he really helped her to running away?" You sat on the bed and grabbed your forehead. What kind of man he is, helping her fiancé to run away because she still loves her ex? How unlucky, my dear pretty sister. And I'm unlucky too. Next day, I called them. "They are just coming." "What about Nari?" "She was getting ready." He hid his laugh. He was the only one who helped her to run away. And now his dad is saying she's getting ready. Minutes passed as he found they arrived. He walked up to the stage. He fixed his coat, but his eyes went on you. His eyes got locked with your gaze. It was not about I was stunned her in seeing her in wedding dress, but there was something in her gaze. I could feel my heart beat faster as her innocent gaze met mine. "Innocent in you, मजाक चल रहा है क्या?" You walked to him, but he stepped closer. He held your hand. As he held your hand, you looked up at him. "Babe, you have whole life to stare at me like this." Your heart skipped beat. Your cheeks turned red. He turned back at the priest. "Start the vows." A priest, and as priest started the vows, you whispered at him, "You shouldn't have to do that." He raised his eyebrows. "What, to loving you?" You looked around and your heart skipped beat, and then you again looked at him. "What the you are saying?" He tilted his head towards you. Your heart started pounding. "What do you think? Why I helped her?" "Of course, because she still loves her ex." He bit his lips to control his laugh. "Do you think I helped her because she still loves her ex?" "What do you think? Why she called me a psychopath?" You clear your throat. "I don't know. Because I act like I was." But why?" "Don't behave like—" He pulled up his hand and tucked your hands behind your ear. "You don't like me." You quickly shook your head. "I don't." He chuckled. "Seriously? Okay, then I will find someone else for myself." He turned back, but you held his arm. He cleared his throat and looked at you. "What?" "Don't you dare to." Fake cuff. You both looked at him. He cleared his throat. "Will you, Kangwan, accept Jun Jungkook as your lawful wedded husband?" "Everything seems like it's a dream. I like him since we met for the first time, but I never reveal my feelings to anyone. But I got what I want like it's a miracle. Jungkook shook your shoulder. You quickly spoke. Yeah, I do. As priest announced him as your husband and to you as his wife. And now it was about the part. He pulled you closer. Your heartbeat was getting out of control. He brought his near yours and whispered, being honest. You clear your throat as you looked up at him. I won't lie, but yeah, I do. He raised his eyebrows and then he stepped back. Your heart stopped as you thought you said something which hurts him. What happened? He looked at the priest. I want to skip this part. Back to the story. He spoke. I thought you got upset by my words. He shook his head and pressed his on yours. But you both got shocked when someone knocked the door. And then he again looked at you. Go and change your dress. Jungkook opened the door. But your mom, please open the door. She seems like angry on you. He shook his head and spoke. Not at all, Vian. Well, go and change your dress. You nodded, and he was looking at you when you closed the door to the bathroom. He unlocked the door. His mom stares at him for a few seconds. Where is she? Jungkook cleared his throat. Mom, listen. Shut up. I don't want to listen anything. Where is she? I want to ask her where is her sister and why they betrayed us. Mom, listen. It's not their mistake. You changed your cloth and as you walked out, his mom rushed to you. Where is your sister? Why she runs away? And if she runs away, then why you? Your eyes widen as she held your hand. He held your wrist and jerked his mother's hand from your wrist, and then he pulled you back and hid you behind his back. Mom, it's not her mistake. Jungkook, take a side. I'm being very polite. I call her family. I'm sending her back. If not Nare, then not anyone from their family. He signed. I helped her to run away from this marriage. His mother's jaw dropped. What? But why? Because I never want to marry her. You looked up at him when you heard his words. Remember I told you I met Kang's daughter? It was Vian. I thought you were talking about Vian. That's why I got agreed for this relation, but I found it was Nari, not her. What are you saying? Are you in your senses? I like her from the beginning. That's why I got agreed for this relation, Mom. Your heart skipped beat. It was Vian? She softly spoke. He held her hand and nodded. Skip to an hour. आगे का part skip because I don't know what to write here. He closed the door and turned to you. You liked me from the beginning? He nodded, and then, in a second, he picked up you in his arms. Your cheeks turned red. So, the end. Thanks for watching. Tada, bye bye, take care, see you. Love you. Don't forget to subscribe my channel.